Yeah, it goes.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome everyone to the Epic Dream Team Monday night team training. We have one of our rock stars, Natalie Bright, with us this evening. It was her birthday yesterday, and so she's still, I think, celebrating a little bit, but I know she's working hard because she's also getting married next week. So I am excited to have her on the training with us, but I also want to use her as an example because I know we have a lot of coaches on the team that are getting married this year, that are getting married next year, that just got engaged. I got married a year ago in August as well. And people ask me all the time, how did you do it? How did you build your business and plan for a wedding? And I went all out with my wedding. We spent a little more than I thought we would. But what I really did was I scheduled my wedding at the end of the month and then pushed myself really hard at the beginning of the month so I could get everything I wanted accomplished for my business. So I took my goals and crushed them into a week or 2 weeks and got it done. And throughout the years we were planning for the wedding, I delegated. I delegated to Paul. He helped with a ton of stuff with the wedding. I would say, okay, I'm working on this for the wedding this week. You're working on this, Paul. And I would delegate to my team. Okay, team, we're running a challenge together. You're posting one week, I'm posting another. So I delegated. I made it happen. And my business has always been my priority. It's, through everything that life has thrown my way, I get things thrown my way just like you guys do. A little bit of a story that I'll share with you guys because this will be the team and not publicly on Facebook is my family is going through something right now. My twin nieces, they're unborn, were at 22 weeks. My sister-in-law started to basically go into labor, and at 22 weeks, twin babies are not going to make it, and the doctors prepped both my brother and sister-in-law to lose both babies. Like they had to make the decision to not resuscitate. So our family was going through a little bit of a stressful time. We obviously were super excited about the twins. And what I love about the business is that I was able to really take time and go to the hospital and be with her, and spend time with her, check on her every day. Like she became my priority. My business was still my priority. I was still doing all my activities, the things that needed to get done every day, but I wasn't doing extra during that time because I was focused on my family. I'm happy to say that after a few weeks in the hospital, she has gone home. She's on strict bed rest. She made it to 25 weeks. The doctor said she would give birth before 24. So we're praying and hoping for another 3 weeks at least for these babies to grow strong and healthy. But that's why I always put my business as priority, through family loss, just like everyone goes through weddings, through new babies being born, through family in the hospital, whatever it may be, traveling. My business, it does come first because it provides all these things for me. It provides, last week I had an insane paycheck of $9,456 in 1 week. And that means that I get to save, that I get to travel, that I get to spend more time with my family, with my friends, that I went to a friend's baby shower yesterday. And, baby showers and weddings and things used to stress me out because I would feel bad. I didn't have the money to give an incredible gift. And I know it's the thought that counts, but to me, I'm like, I want to be able to give you something. So, I went to a baby shower yesterday and got her a 3-in-1 high chair system, bath stuff, and I love that. I love being able to give. And if I didn't make my business a priority, I wouldn't be able to do that. So through my wedding, I still made it a priority. And that's why I'm so excited. Natalie followed in my footsteps or just did it on her own basically and has made her business a priority. She was at Summit. I mean, she was getting married in less than a month after Summit. And I know last year I had a lot of coaches that are like, I can't make it to Summit because I'm getting married soon. and we're spending a lot of money, and I totally get that. But it just goes to show what type of leader Natalie is. She is getting married and still made her business a priority, and still is right now. I mean, she's here on this training, getting ready to share with all of you through her birthday, and she's leaving in less than a week for her wedding. So super exciting. I'm excited to have her with us. Natalie was at Summit, like I said, and I had the honor of being able to room with her and get to know her and Zach a little bit better. And I'm really excited for her future. But she came home from Summit and has started implementing what she's learning. And that's really key when you come home from any of these events is you can do all the personal development in the world. You can go to every summit. But if you're not implementing what you're learning, it's just going to waste. Like, save your money on paying for personal development if you're not going to implement at least one thing from what you're learning. So I'm going to just give it over to Natalie and let her take off, share what she learned from Summit and how she's implemented that into creating systems for herself and her team to really help create more momentum. So thank you, Natalie, for taking time out of your crazy schedule.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this stuff because it's been really, really exciting to start doing some new stuff that I feel a lot more balanced with my business. Before Summit, man, I was like totally all over the place, stressed out. Like I didn't even know where to begin with a lot of things. And I felt like a lot of stuff was slipping because of that. So some of the big takeaways from Summit, number one above everything else was the need to tell your story every single day to as many people that you can talk to. I don't even remember what coach it was, but it was a coach who said that she was just a coach at last year's summit, and this year she's in the top 10. And her one big thing she did every single day was she messaged 20 to 30 new people that she'd never talked to and somehow told her story and then did an invite of some sort. So that was like my main thing, like, okay, as soon as I get back from Summit, that's the one thing. If I do nothing else every day, I will do that. And I've been doing it and it's been working so far. But that was my big takeaway was people they're not going to buy the 21-day fix. They're not going to buy Shakeology. They're going to buy your story attached to it or a story attached to it, that emotional like connection. So I had to figure out a way that I could connect with more people and make them relate to different stories in that way. So I've been really focusing on the way I put myself out there with my posts and things too, where instead of it being like a salesy, here's my Shakeology and this, that, it's more like a recipe with a story attached to it of like what this has done to my life, what this workout's done to my life, what coaching's done to my life, you know, talking about the emotional attachment to things, because that seems to resonate with people a lot more. So that was the big thing. And then the next thing was tracking, because I will be honest, like I was barely tracking my business at all. Like I was just kind of la la la, oh cool, I hit Success Club, oh cool, I did this, and not really like thinking about like, wait a minute, I have these big goals, but I have no clear path of how I'm going to get there. So I really needed to track. So the first thing I did as soon as I got home from Summit was I literally like tore apart my office and I got rid of everything. And I just like started from scratch basically. And I got a calendar, like just a plain dry erase calendar. And then I got a totally plain dry erase board. And at Summit, Carl was talking about creating a dashboard for Beachbody in general. That's how he does it with his office, where he sets up like every single thing to track everything, you know, day to day with the business. So I was like, well, I could do that with coaching, you know, set it up with challenge groups of my team, of weekly goals, of just very cut and dry tracking. So that's what I did. And I just created a dashboard of like daily to-dos musts, like have to get done musts. Inviting schedules of like every day, how I'm going to invite, when I'm going to invite, where I'm inviting, important dates of like when stuff starts, where I have to be, what I have to do, very just so I can literally just look up and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I do it. So no guesswork of, I don't know what I should do. I don't, you know, very laser focused. and then a weekly agenda of like every day exactly what I want to focus on. So like a focal point for that day, and just rolling with that and keeping very, very consistent with making sure I'm doing the must, even if it's just little stuff, especially with it being really a busy time for me right now. Like I have to have a laser focus with everything I do, or else I'll just look down and find hours were wasted on nothing. So the dashboard's been awesome. The calendar's been awesome. And it's just creating those systems that you can just do it over and over again.
Awesome. And I know you created a calendar for your team, Natalie, right? That you, was something else that we heard at Summit.
Yep. Do you want me to split the screen real quick and show that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this, I already was making calendars for the team prior, but I kind of changed the way I was approaching making the calendars now, so that like there's an actual spotlight focus for
Natalie,
the month.
Do you have it up? I don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it?
No.
Let's see. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong thing. There you go. Can you see it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I split it up so that there's like a spotlight for the month, like a focal point. So like right now it's Team Cup, so obviously that should be a priority because that's a way to, you know, really boom your business forward. The Hour of Power, I just took, you know, because we should be spending at least an hour a day working that power hour, working your BAT and doing stuff like that, focusing on the 3 vitals, creating a culture within your business, and sharing your story. So those were like my focal points that I wanted the team to focus on as well. So what I did with the calendar is I tried to keep it as simple as possible, of like just straight up dates that stuff starts. And I like to split my month up where the first 2 weeks is focused on challenge groups and the last 2 weeks is focused on inviting to the coach opportunity. So I have it broken down so I can literally just look at this like, okay, here's week 1 of August. So I'm focusing on promoting my 21-day fix challenge. It's paid challenge group push week. So then I implement my dashboard that I just talked about, and I have it broken down the whole week of like when I'm posting to what I'm inviting to what, and I just follow that system. And then I broke it down to like make sure that I'm shouting people out, giving credit to the other coaches on the team, you know, stuff like that that is very important to do. And then I'm trying to simplify in terms of like certain days are my follow-up days. Certain days are when I contact my leads, you know, just simplifying so I know what I'm supposed to be doing and I have it in a very easy system to follow. And then, you know, second week I have all focused on coaches. So I just switch gears and I basically do the same inviting schedule, but I just follow it with coach opportunity stuff. And then I have little reminders for like SC for Success Club because it's the end of the work week. Rank advancements for R because that's when the new ranks go, and just easy to follow so that you have that plan of action for yourself. Go back here. There we go. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, the calendar helps so much because it's so like it's so easy to, especially with like all the groups we run, all the, you know, challenge groups and training groups and free groups and all this stuff. It's like, it's very easy to lose control over everything, I think. So it's even just working from a simple calendar and then working from a simple system of like, this day I do this day I do that. It's so much easier to sit down and be really, really efficient with your work.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And could you go through a little bit on your Friday? So on your calendar, it said, "Hey girl" messages. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yes, I got that from Brandy Botts, actually. One of her trainings, she mentioned it, and I loved it because it's like, that's one thing that I've changed a lot is how I even talk to people. I think it's really easy to get nervous to talk to new people because you think automatically they're going to assume you're trying to sell them something. They have these, you know, assumptions of you. So I switched gears and I started calling my daily messages and relationship building conversations my Hey Girl messages. So every day I sit down on Fridays, and any of my new friends that I've added to my network that week, or new Facebook fan page followers, I send them out a Hey Girl message. And I follow a system with this, so I have an exact template message that I just send them all out. And it's just like a, hey girl, thanks so much for checking this out, or whatever they looked at, or if they liked the picture or anything. Or if they're a brand new friend, hey girl, it's so great to meet you, you know, and just start opening that door and starting that conversation in a very casual, fun, easygoing manner where they don't feel like, oh, here's another Beachbody coach trying to sell me or anything like that. It's much more of a friendly message, where then people are like, oh my gosh, thanks so much for messaging me. It's awesome to get to know you. And then just keep that relationship going from there. It's been so fun, like so fun to send out those hey girl messages, because people usually are like, wow, thanks for taking the time to send me that message, you know? It's been cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. And do you have anything else, tips that you want to share for systems?
I know yes, the last thing I wanted to talk about is the stuff I've been doing on Instagram with the messaging with that. Because that's been like my main focus right now. I've had a hard time with Facebook, keeping organized with friends and stuff like that, and finding like my target market. So I switched gears and I've been focusing a lot on inviting on Instagram. So I've been using those new Instagram direct messages and sending out a goal amount of messages every day to invite to the coaching opportunity or a challenge group or whatever. And that's been awesome, so awesome, because you can go in and really target into whatever type of person you're looking for and really get very specific with hashtags and find awesome people, and then friend them, comment and like on their photos, and then shoot them a message. And I've been able to build my client list and like my email list like crazy just since I've started doing that, because you just send them out, you know, a systemized message, get to know them, grab their email, and bam, you've got a new contact, and then you can start relationship building and inviting from there. And that's been awesome.
Natalie, would you mind sharing what your scripts say for a challenger for the coach invite?
Yep. So with the coach opportunity, I've been mostly just sending out like, it's basically a hey girl message with an invite attached to it. So it's like, hey girl, I'm so excited I found your Instagram page. I really loved everything I saw. We really seemed like we were like-minded. So I just felt totally inclined to ask, have you ever thought about health and fitness coaching? Because you would really be amazing at it. And then I just say like, I would love to talk to you more about it. Shoot me a message back and we can get to know each other, or something like that. Very casual, but I just throw that invite in there. And honestly, like, it's almost been shocking with the kind of responses I've been getting, because some people are like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do that, but I've never thought about it in terms of how I could do it. So a lot of people have it, or they're like really just shocked that anybody would ask them. And that's where it kind of builds your confidence big time, because it's like, oh wait, people do want to know about this. You just have to ask them. So it's been really, it definitely has helped me get out of my comfort zone, because now I'm just like, you should be a coach. What are you doing? You need to coach. So it's been much more stress-free now doing it that way.
Awesome. And I think that's part of it, when you do become a coach, is finding the systems and the niche that do work for you and the scripts that work for you, you know. And I love, like, I have multiple videos out there of how I invite to the coach opportunity, and my wording is always the same. Like, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested, but looking through your Facebook page, your Instagram, like, you're so motivating and positive, and I just really connect with you. I'm really picky with who I have on my team, but I would love to work with you. Have you ever considered becoming a coach? So same thing, like Natalie and I just basically said the same thing, but in our own words. So we've now given you 2 scripts that you can use on Instagram or Facebook to invite to the coach opportunity. And And like you said, have you ever considered that's so non-threatening? People are always like, oh my gosh, you thought of me? Really?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and they're like, you make them feel amazing, and that makes you feel good. Even if they never become a coach, you've planted that seed. They're now going to follow you. Either they'll get started as a coach or they won't, but you made them feel good, and that in turn makes you feel good. So it's such an awesome way to invite. So I'm glad you shared that with us. But I want you all to know, if you guys are watching this, or maybe you're driving while you're listening to us chat, pause this, rewind it, go back and write down what we just gave you, the script that we just gave you. Write it down, put it in your own words, and start using it, because that's part of having systems. You shouldn't be reinventing the wheel every day. Like, that's how I get through so many invites, because I'm saying the same thing to, a bunch of different people. And it really, really does streamline your business. Right. I know on the August 1st, I don't know if you're like this, Natalie, but when I see the big goose egg, the 0 Success Club points, like, it freaks me out every month. I stress about it every month. I tell Paul, I don't know where I'm going to find people. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get to Success Club 10. Like, I don't know how I'm going to find these people. I don't know what I'm going to do. And every month I do the same thing. I add more people to my network. I connect with people. I invite more people. And I just keep doing that. And when I'm scared that I'm not going to earn that, I do it more. So when August 1st comes and I see that 0, I go crazy, because I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm not going to earn Success Club. And I'm that way every single month, even though I've never missed a month of Success Club. And these systems are what help me go crazy and invite as many people as I can. And like, what is the date? The 3rd today. And I'm at Success Club 6, and I'm still freaking out because it's not 10. And it's the 3rd of the month. But it pushes me. But these systems are how. And you have to take these little ideas that Natalie's sharing, that other coaches are sharing, and implement. Don't implement everything. Implement one thing that you heard from this. And I think that was why I was able to grow quickly as a new coach, was because I listened to the National Wake Up Call every week. And after every wake up call, I would implement one thing in my business. And over time, some of those things that I would implement would change. I would hear another idea, and that one was better, and I'd replace it. But over time, you just create these systems. I'm still doing that today. Like, I hear things from other coaches, and I'm like, oh, that's better than what I'm doing currently. That will eliminate this. Or anytime you're creating a system, you really have to think, is this duplicatable for a team of 10,000? Is this duplicatable for a team of 10,000? If what you're doing currently works with your team of 5 or 10 or however many coaches you have, that's great. Will it work for a team of 10,000? If it won't, you need to start changing those systems. And I see a lot of coaches that are just kind of winging it. Oh, I don't want to use a script. You guys, though, I use scripts. They're my own scripts, but I use them. And the time that I went off of a script, I had the girl message me back, and she's like, she asked all these questions. And I was like, what is going on? Why is she asking all these questions? I wasn't following my script. When I followed my script, all those questions are answered. So when she came out and asked them like that, I'm like, oh gosh. So now I'm having to go through and answer them. And I didn't answer them ahead of time. So that's what my scripts do. I try to answer any objections or hesitations people have ahead of time, because I don't want to have to answer them after the fact. So that's just something that works for me. But Natalie and I use scripts. We are in Success Club every month. So that's going to help you create systems. Start with the scripts that work for you and stick with those. If you're adding 20 people a day to your network and sending them like, hey, so nice to connect with you, whatever your script is, create that script. Like we have a free flat belly group going on right now, Natalie, and I have so many messages of people asking for information on Shakeology, and I don't have a script for it. So the first person I will respond to, I will write out my script, and then I will copy that script and put it in a document, and I will paste. So anytime you have something new in your business, create that script, and it will help you save so much time.
That's one thing that I started doing right away, was creating like some different autoresponders and stuff, and just creating a Google Doc for every single thing. So no matter what happens, I have that thing where I can be like, okay, bam, copy, paste. And then that helps every aspect, because you can get more invites out with a script. You can get more follow-ups out because you have a follow-up autoresponder, and then you just create that system, and then you can just go over and over and over and go a lot bigger than what you probably are doing now.
Right, right. And then it's duplicatable. It's duplicatable
Yep.
for your team. It's something you can teach. If you're just always winging it, you can't teach others how to wing it. Like, it
Nope.
just doesn't work. So awesome. Anything else you want to add before we wrap
No,
up?
I think that was it. I think, yeah.
Thank you, Natalie. And you guys, post comments below this video. Shout Natalie out. Congratulate her on her wedding. Say happy birthday. It's a really awesome month for her. And I really appreciate her taking time out of her schedule to share with all of you. So do her a favor, do me a favor, use the tips that you've learned today, and implement them in your business, because Natalie took time out of her wedding weeks to share with you all. So hope you all have a great week. Hope you all learned something. Now go implement and get Success Club. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Natalie.
Perfect.